What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. Alright, so this video is going to be another MCU cosmic discussion. It's going to be another one of those like speculation, prediction kind of videos. So what we're going to talk about in this one is the Incredible Hulk and where I think they're going to take his character and his story arc going forward in the MCU. Okay, now, lucky for us, this is a character that Mark Ruffalo can play until he's, old and gray. Because, I know he does do a lot of the mocap for Hulk, but that could be switched out at any point in time and where he can just do Bruce Banner. So, yeah, so, Hulk's future could technically go on as long as the Marvel universe goes on, or, even longer than that. Okay, so, alright, Hulk. Alright, so where we're going to find him next is in Thor Ragnarok. So, before we start talking about his arc throughout that movie, I just want to talk about his arc this far, okay? Real quick. So, in the Incredible Hulk movie, we're going to start with that one. We're not going to do the Ang Lee. I know some people argue that it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I'm throwing that one out. So we're going to start with the Incredible Hulk, where his basic story throughout the whole movie is he's trying to find a cure for the Hulk. He does not want the Hulk inside of him. If that makes him a regular human, if it makes him non-superhero, that's fine by him. The Hulk is a burden to him. He does not want the Hulk around. If you really think about it, think of how difficult Bruce Banner's life is because of the Hulk. He has to watch his temper and anger and make sure he doesn't get, too out of control. He has to watch his heart level, period. He can't get too excited at all. Not just anger. Any type of emotion that's going to get your heart pumping can transform him. So, he's basically got to be like this emotionless Jedi type of monk character. And that's just not the way any normal human being wants to live their life. The guy can't even have a relationship or be intimate with a woman. That's got to be really, really difficult, especially when you have a connection or you love someone, So, alright, and then we bring him to Avengers, where he still really doesn't want the Hulk around, and he knows how dangerous the Hulk is, but he's starting to get control over the Hulk. He's realizing in the Avengers that he can control the Hulk by learning how to control his anger and his emotions. Now, if you remember in the Incredible Hulk movie, he was learning how to do that. All these breathing exercises and this yoga and Buddhist stuff that he was doing to learn how to control his anger and his emotions. And then, like, the big reveal at the end of the Avengers movie was that he's learned how to trigger the Hulk at will. So he can turn into the Hulk whenever he wants. His problem at that point is turning back into Banner and also controlling the Hulk while he's the Hulk. He still can't do that really in the Avengers too well. Then we get to Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. And now we learn that he has found a way to calm the Hulk down and turn back into Banner. The only problem with this is he needs someone else to do it. In this case, it's Black Widow. Now, once again, he finds a connection with someone and really feels for someone, but he can't be intimate with her because, and he feels there's no future because, he can't live a normal life with the Hulk being inside him. So, he could never start a family with Black Widow and all of that. But then she reveals to him that she's just as damaged he is, and she can never have a family either. But that still doesn't erase the fact that he has this giant green rage monster inside of him that if his heart gets pumping, he'll turn. So the one thing he doesn't know by the end of Age of Ultron is how to turn back and how to control the entire transformation of Hulk. All right. Then he gets whisked away somehow to the Sakaar, the planet Hulk with the Grandmaster. Now, let me give you my thoughts on that and how I think he gets there. I believe that Hulk gets to Sakaar one of two ways. Either Loki does it in order to appease the Grandmaster for some reason. Maybe he pissed off the Grandmaster, or he needs him to make a deal or something, and giving the Grandmaster this ultimate warrior is the way of doing that. Or I can see the Grandmaster finding out about the Hulk somehow through Loki or through someone else, and then the Grandmaster being the one to seek him out and pull him through a wormhole and bring him to Planet Hulk. Now, why is he like out of control and fighting Thor and all of that? I believe that he's being mind controlled. So if you've ever seen the Hulkverse movie, I did talk about this briefly in my Thor Ragnarok predictions. If you didn't see that, go check that out after this video. But I didn't really get into it in detail like I want to. So I believe that maybe either Loki or the Grandmaster are mind controlling Hulk. I think it's going to be more likely the Grandmaster, because we haven't seen Loki with mind control powers without the scepter. And we know that all of the Celestials and the Elders and that group are all, have some sort of power. Well, we don't really know that, but we can assume that they all have some sort of power. I mean, we really didn't see the Collector display any power, but it seemed like people were afraid of him, and like he had some sort of power in some way. All right, so that's why the Hulk is going crazy, fighting Thor and doing all that, because he's being mind controlled. So I think Thor is going to realize this in the course of the battle, that Hulk isn't recognizing him or anything like that, and he's going to somehow break the mind control spell. How? I have no idea. And then we'll get this journey with Hulk and Banner throughout Hulk and Thor throughout the cosmos. Now, I do believe that it's going to be mostly Hulk and not Banner. I think maybe we'll see Banner when we get into a situation where someone has magic and is able to turn him back to Banner, like maybe Hela or someone. Or we get to an environment that's inhabitable by humans, and he turns back to Banner. But I think the majority of the movie is going to be Hulk. And I think what we're going to start to see by having him spend an extended amount of an extended period of time in the Hulk's body, what we're going to see is Banner and Hulk's minds start to meld. Now, what I think would be a great storyline, not for Thor Ragnarok, maybe they're going to use this in Thor Ragnarok, I don't know. But what I think would be a great storyline for Hulk going down the road in a future Hulk solo movie, or in another Avengers, or another movie where Hulk is prominent, but I think it might be in Ragnarok. As I talk about this, I'm learning this about YouTube. As I talk about things, new ideas come, and then you start to get all over the place. Now, I just now thought of this, right? But in Thor Ragnarok, this would actually make a good storyline, where Hulk and Banner are now starting to meld minds. And now when we see Hulk, we'll start to see Banner's intelligence and Banner's speech come through. And because he hasn't controlled this yet, when we see Banner, we're going to start to see him think and act and speak like Hulk. So it'd be a great comic element of separating the two characters like that and splitting them up. And I think the end result of Hulk's story arc, either in Ragnarok or in the subsequent movie, so maybe in whatever the next movie he's in, which I think will be Infinity War. So it would make sense that this would happen before Infinity War, okay? That their minds meld, and what Banner's going to learn how to do is become Hulk and still be Banner in there. And then that's the next step. And then after that, it will be being able to transform and turn back at will. Anytime he wants, he could turn to Hulk. Anytime he wants, he could turn back to Banner. And his mind will always be Banner. Now, do I think he's going to stop being the rage monster? No. I think in this Hulk state, or maybe even all around state, he's going to be angry. He's going to be scary when he's angry. Meaning, I think the angrier he gets, the more his mind will digress into Hulk. So that way, when we get these big epic battle scenes, yes, he's more of a thinker and more methodical in his actions, But as he starts to lose it, he starts to become more animalistic and more caveman. And I think that's a brilliant way to start to transform his character from not wanting to be Hulk to wanting a cure to learning he could never cure it. So how do I deal with it? Finding a way to start dealing with it till ultimately I am the Hulk. I control the Hulk. He works for me. And I think that is an awesome storyline for Hulk and Banner. Basically, I'm the boss is how he's going to come out on top. And I do think that eventually, no time soon, but eventually, whenever they find a character that is as big of a fan favorite and as big of a physical force as Hulk, they will kill off the character in a moment of heroics, where Banner has to step up and say, the only person that can do this thing is me, and I have to die by doing it. Yeah. Now, do I think they're going to bring World War Hulk into play? Only if they don't do this storyline that I'm talking about with the Banner melding of minds in Ragnarok. Because here's how I originally thought it was going to happen. They were going to start to play with that notion of their minds melding, but he wasn't going to master it in Ragnarok. It was just going to be hints of it there. And then we would get a World War Hulk movie. Well, maybe I think that'll be part of Avengers after Infinity War, is going to be half World War Hulk and then half of whatever the rest of the Infinity War is going to be, the Infinity Gauntlet, whatever it's going to be. Yeah, so that's how I think the rest of his storyline is going to play out. In Ragnarok, we're going to start to see the melding of minds and start to see this happening. Maybe, hopefully, in Ragnarok, because it's going to be funny, we get that scene that I'm talking about where we get Hulk with Banner's mind, like, surprised that he can think and do all this crazy stuff now as the Hulk, but thinking as Banner. And we'll also get a scene of Banner as Banner, but thinking and acting as Hulk, like trying to lift up something heavy and he can't do it, or trying to break through something and hurting his hand. I think that's comedy gold, and I can't wait for them to do it. And I really think Marvel, the way they approach comedy and their characters, all their characters have a comedic element to them. I think they're going to go that route with Hulk. So I think it's going to start to happen in Ragnarok. It might happen all the way, but I don't think so, because I think if they do that, they're missing an opportunity to do World War Hulk, or at least a piece of World War Hulk, because you can't have him learn to control it and then have World War Hulk unless you have somebody else controlling him in World War Hulk. You understand? So Thor Ragnarok is a mix of Ragnarok and Planet Hulk. Then Infinity War, I think, will be Infinity War, and then the Infinity Gauntlet, I guess maybe before Thanos comes back to get his gauntlet, see my prediction video, you'll have Hulk go nuts, like go crazy for a great World War Hulk thing, and then by the end of that movie, you have Banner knows now, Banner and Hulk are now melded. They are one character, and then we can bring that character forward and have him be... I don't like Hulk in the Agents of Smash. I don't really like that show because of the way Hulk talks. Now, I don't think he should talk like that and talk like a normal person and totally like Banner. But he should speak less caveman and more, have a wider vocabulary is what I mean. Not speaking caveman, but being able to use more words and use his brain better. And that's where I think we'll end with Hulk by the end of Avengers 4, which you know how I feel about that if you watch the other videos. If you haven't, get on that. Watch those videos. All right, enough plugs for my own stuff. So yeah, that's where I think the Hulk storyline is going to end with, not end totally, but by the time we get to Avengers 4, that's where Hulk is going to be. Where he can turn into Hulk at will and turn back to Banner at will. He'll be able to find the love interest. Maybe it'll be Black Widow. Maybe it'll be somebody else. Maybe it'll be the lady from the Planet Hulk series. I don't know where they're going to go with that. But I do think eventually you'll be able to do more with Hulk in a solo movie. If he's able to Hulk out at will and then turn back at will, and if he's able to use his brain as Hulk, you can make a more cohesive movie. And then, oh man, I was so excited for that, to bring in the leader. Just make a deal, Marvel, make a deal with Universal for the distribution. Who cares? Pay them off, buy them out, make a deal with them, something. Get us the rights to Solo Hulk back. And this is how you can do it and make it less of a werewolf movie where a guy doesn't want to turn into Hulk. Look, Joss Whedon said it best, or Kevin Feige actually. How can you make a movie with it's hard to make a movie with a character that's trying not to turn into the thing that everyone wants to seeing the movie. So this is how you can do it. Alright, that's it for this vid. Thank you so much for watching. Always appreciate it. Sound off down below. Let me know what you think about my Hulk predictions for his story arc. Let me hear your predictions and your ideas for the Hulk story arc. Also, let me know what you think about this video. Your likes, dislikes, what I can change, what I can do better, or if I'm just doing an okay job. Yep, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Always appreciate it. I think I said that already. I still got to work on these closings. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.